Hi, I'm Kazuyoshi Hisano, and I am a CEO coach supporting a lot of CEOs and also some top-notch people in various areas. Last week, I was in Canada, in Toronto, and I left Japan 2 weeks ago. I left Japan and I stayed there for a week, and there's no direct flight. And there is, but I wanted to use Japan Airlines, so I used it and went to Chicago and was waiting for the transit to Toronto on American airline. I'm not talking about a specific airline, but this is just to show you that I'm talking about a real story. And there's no blame about anybody, but the reality is that I lost my baggage, and the flight to Japan from Japan to Chicago was great and no problem at all. So the long story in short, the flight was canceled. So I was waiting there for several hours and canceled. But this often happens in the United States, and which I understand. The problem with that, my baggage was waiting to be delivered in the American, and I needed to show up in Canada on that day, so I asked to be uh, moved to another airline, which is okay, and that was Air Canada. And so they moved my booking, and they on computer they moved my in the system they moved my luggages. We made an instruction, gave an instruction to you kind of move it. However, the real things happened in the ground on the ground, and even if there is any instruction, people need to work on to bring one thing to the other place. So I really had a huge doubt about that. And look at the airport. So obviously the people were short. I'm talking about the human resources. So each individuals are working very hard. I'm sure about that. So they were working hard, handling a lot of customers. The reason is I know you're sure about that, but the airport and airline had to cut a lot of people due to the COVID, and now the people move the people, travel the people are going back to the normal, and just they couldn't kind of supply sufficient number of people to provide supports or services. So this shows how hard it is for the people on the ground to deal with when they totally lack the resources. And this could be same for the managers because even if they try to manage with people, number of people is just short. They don't have enough people. And what they do is to do their best or give up at some point and just cross their finger so that it won't be too huge trouble. So I grasped these kind of things happening. So I sort of anticipated, or yeah, I thought that it could be coming. And when I arrived at Toronto and felt that, okay, look around, a lot of luggage is there and a lot of people wandering around. And so, yeah, it was happening. That was my first learning about the reality of the world. If you lack people, even if the people are enthusiastic, they are motivated, or rather, they are motivated. They didn't give up. So, but it's just impossible. So, who can fix that? Of course, we have to go climb up the ladder of top management. But top management, how can they do that? It's not going to be an easy work. So, it has to be a whole corporate work, not just one company, one airline collaborating the other airline together with the airport. Wow, that's a big thing, right? So there are a lot of things that I've learned, And of course, my attitude toward this is related to what I speak about daily. It's related to the CEO coaching or my feed forward thinking because I was always thinking about the future. I don't care why it happened because yeah, there is a certain reason, but it doesn't matter whether how it happened. The point is that what is going to happen now. So I just sort of kind of try to imagine how I could fix this. So I was able to spend the rest of the 4 or 5 days happily. So this is what I learned. And what I want to share through this is that number one is the reality of the world after COVID. I don't know whether we could say after COVID, but getting close to the post-COVID. And the other thing is that I was happy about myself acquiring this attitude because I was not frustrated at all, whole moment, and I just could solve these things. So this is my story today, and I don't know what you have gotten from here, but at least I had a good time. And just to close this, the reason I traveled is, of course, for my work. I'm coaching some sports athletes in some country like America and Canada. So I just went to meet them to help them become successful, and I think I did a good job for that. Of course, it the result outcome will be delivered by the team themselves. So I can't take the credit, but I did my part. So that is my story today, and hope we meet again.